Well, welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you back. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I really am. I've been putting in a lot of hours. Angie's been busy. And, boy, I really just want to give you guys a kind of a pep talk. It's not too late for fall planting. It's not. If you haven't got to, get out there and get your fall planting done. Till up that ground. Don't get idle with all the garden that you got already out there thinking how much work you got to go to get all that stuff harvested. You know, that's all going to come and go. And then you're going to be out and you're still going to have a lot of growing season left. So get out there and get that ground worked up and get that fall garden in. I mean, you can't put out onions now. Well, at least not here in West Virginia because they'll never make. You can still get potatoes out. You can still get tomato plants out. You can still get a whole list of stuff out. So I'm going to show you some of the things and talk about the things we got put out for our fall garden. But before I get into our fall garden, I didn't do a whole lot this year. And I'll tell you why. Because, well, before we go too far, this right here is all spring wheat, which it's still young yet. And down here, we've got buckwheat. And then way out there by the compost station, we've got a whole great big patch of oats. So I didn't do a whole lot of fall stuff because I know I'm going to have grains to harvest this fall also. That's going to be going dry and they're going to have to be brought in. But part of our fall garden, I've got some true black Brandywine tomatoes down here. I got a whole mess of them and I've been extremely happy with them. I mean, they've got some big, beautiful stalks on them. Beautiful plants. Been really impressed with them. This is the first year I've done true black Brandywines. I've got some spaghetti squash in here on this side. And I got some turnips. I had to thin out some of my containers of turnips. So with that, I just brought them down here and put them beside the tomatoes because that was the only place I had tilled up at that point in time that I could get them, because everywhere else, as you can see, is pretty much taken up that had been tilled up. But to get to the fall garden, of course, you guys aren't going to see anything but a whole lot of dirt, but I'll walk you through it. Right here, I've got two different varieties of radishes in here, which you're looking at a 30-day for them. So I could still get out a whole nother harvest of radishes after those. Got some cayenne peppers. And then we went through, and the cayennes were part of this. We went through and got tomato plants. We've got some small sugar pumpkin plants. These are all sweet 100 tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. The sweet 100s are non-determinate tomatoes, so they'll be able to produce and give us a lot of tomatoes all the way into the fall, and we'll keep them all the way to the frost. But the story behind these tomatoes and pumpkin plants and peppers was we went to our local nursery and they had all of their vegetables 75% off, and we got a whole flat of tomatoes and pumpkins and peppers, this whole row right here basically, for $6.80. That was out the door for a whole flat. You can't do that in the spring. So now's the time to get out to your nurseries, get out to your little outdoor stores that maybe sold vegetables. If they got them left over, I'm sure they've got them marked down. If not, keep an eye out and snatch them up and get them in your fall garden. Over here, of course, this is all dirt, obviously, but over here I've got various kinds of pumpkin, and I've got pie pumpkins. I've got polar bear pumpkins, which are white. I've got some butternut squash, and our lettuce and our spinach ran out on us from the spring already, so I got a little patch down there at a mound done up. Now this row is not completely planted yet. I've got some sweet potato starts. Some of them not very big, but I've got some sweet potato slips in the ground here. And I've got a few more tomatoes down here, some rogue tomatoes that came up from planting of a chicken. Here's some more of your sweet potato slips. These are the ones, if you guys kept up with our shorts, these are the slips that were on the porch in the mason jar. So these bad boys are in the ground. We're gonna keep an eye on them, keep a water on them. So, well, there's the remnants of the sweet potato for the chicken. But what we don't have planted here, I got little markers. I've got some, let's see, some cauliflower that I'm going to put in there. I've got some velour green beans that I'm going to put in there, which are purple. And I have, boy, it just left me. Swiss chard. I'm gonna put some Swiss chard in there for a fall planting. And we got some other things I want to venture into next year. I've got some mustard greens, and I've got some asparagus that I'm going to plant this year. Of course, we're not going to be able to do anything with it for a couple years, but I've got some asparagus I'm going to plant, but that's going to be later. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But other than that, I'm done for the day. Got her planting so far. Timeline wise, I'm all caught up on planting. The beans and stuff I can put in a little bit later, another week or two, but I'm all caught up. So you guys leave me a comment. What are you growing for your fall garden? Let me know. Leave it in the comments. Bye, everybody.